Alt Funds Global presents Why Traditional Banks Fail Business Owners and How to Get the Funding You Deserve.
So you need capital and you need it yesterday. You're sick and tired of banks because they don't want to take a risk on your project. You don't have enough collateral. You don't know 10 million different investors, and the 5 or 50 investors that you have, you're sick and tired of dealing with investors and all the moodiness that comes into that. In this video, I'm going to show you the alternative funding sources and how to take advantage of it. You've got to watch this video.
All of the information presented is for entertainment and information purposes only. Nothing discussed constitutes legal or accounting advice, an offer or solicitation of financial services, or financial advice of any kind. Our goal is to showcase alternative vehicles to raise capital. At no point will we be soliciting any investment programs.
Hi, this is Ahmed from Alt Funds Global. My organization helps accredited investors leverage their cash, send letters of credit, and so on to access capital the banks are primarily offering to their VIP clients. We can do this because of volume transactions we do, because of our relationships, because of our experience and expertise in structured financing. The capital our clients are getting allows them to do project financing, grow their business, and buy auxiliary businesses. So friends, a lot of our members come to us because they're frustrated. They're just frustrated and tired. They're tired of conventional ways of accessing capital from banks, venture capital firms, private equity firms that will take 6 months, 9 months to do their due diligence at that. What I want to offer you is something that's very, very, very unique, is to look up our upcoming offshore event coming up. Our upcoming offshore event features some of the most phenomenal alternative structured financing people that we have the privilege of working with. I'll talk about Gil. He's been on our webinars. He's been on our YouTube channel like that. Gil's, as one of the many people we work with, his organization will take an asset like a standard matter of credit. We'll get a loan against it, and we'll put that loan in what's called his own trade desk. That you can go on Wall Street and see with your own eyes and interview like that. And then he uses the proceeds of the trade to provide project financing. I'll talk about Craig. Craig will want to look at your entire business, your life cycle of your business, and says, okay, I can now see the lifetime value, the economic value you're making in your business at a lifetime level, and I want to be a financial partner at the lifetime level. And then, how can I do the project funding you need for you to make sure you constantly get out of the hurdles that you fall into? I'll talk about Todd. Todd will be like, hey, look, I want to look at the stocks you have. Do you have like $10 million of stocks at IBM, Apple, something like that? And can I leverage the stocks you have and give you a loan against the value of those stocks so you have the funding you need? I can talk about Theory. Theory is one of the most robust and one of the most sophisticated structured financing specialists you will ever meet. I say he's one of the most expensive, one of the most brilliant structured financing guy who look at all the assets you have and they'll say, okay, hey, look, you have some real estate. How about we put it into a separate company and we issue a bond against that real estate that's already making money, so you have cash flow coming in. And now that I've taken that out and we have this other shell corporation, can we go get a loan against it? The value that this network brings to you makes a transformational difference forever for your organization. If you're a dynamic, vision-driven entrepreneur and you're constantly needing access to capital, my solution to you is to come to our upcoming offshore event. Meet face-to-face for 2.5 days, all the different structured financing people we work with. Ask them to share references, ask them to share all their capabilities. And I promise you, as long as you've got a legitimate project, you've got somewhat of a good or okay credit rating, and you've got some form of an asset somebody can leverage that where the asset is real, there's cash, land, something like that, you will come up with partners that you want to keep for the rest of your life. I hope you find this helpful. Check out our website, altfundsglobal.com. and I look at our events, and I want to make sure that I see you at our upcoming event coming up. Thank you.
Would you like to know about our next event?
Why would you attend Allfunds Global's banking events?
Unlock exclusive financing secrets with top bank CEOs and family offices. Build powerful connections, secure loans beyond retail banks, and fund your legacy. Join financial leaders at Allfunds Global offshore events.
For the Allfunds Global team, just fantastic. It was a phenomenal event. It really was. You brought a great group together. From the speakers that you brought, one were terrific, knowledgeable, serious players, and thank you to all you guys because you made yourselves available. It was just great. I've been to a lot of lectures, a lot of workshops, a lot of business events. This is definitely the best one. This is definitely the best one. It really is.
Being. You are up to doing some good missionary work around the world. You're getting a bank license, private bank license. You're a real estate developer. Can you tell my audience a little bit about why you chose my firm? And more importantly, what is it you're doing? More importantly, because other than choosing my firm, is what is it you're doing in the world that's good for the world that people should pay attention to? And how could Allfunds Global help you out?
So thank you. I appreciate that. You come highly recommended by people I know, and we have the same values of transparency and honesty and being forthright. I'm a no-frills guy who just likes to get work done. I have no interest in being shady or sneaky. I just like being honest and like getting to work. And so me and my wife, we started going, we actually took our honeymoon to Kenya in 2005. And we noticed that they're very entrepreneurial there. We felt a call and a need, so we started a microfinance group called Growth Group. God reaches out with these hands. And over time, we self-funded the whole thing. I worked as a nuclear engineer contractor at a nuke plant, and I'd take a couple grand a month, and I would send it over there. And over time, we started 300 small businesses that changed entire communities. Basically, if I gave you 500 days worth of your current salary and told you to invest it in your passion, you probably could do pretty well with it. And that's what we did in Kenya, because the dollar's so strong to the Kenyan shilling. I gave 500 days of their salary in one chunk, had them fill out a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and a 4-pager, make it simple. And they just took off and they ran with it. They did really well. I started with the local leader, and then I started, after he was successful, or she, then their leadership team and so forth. So I took a top-down approach that used the existing social structure that existed. There was no anonymity here. Everyone knew everyone, and they knew to keep each other accountable. So that was my built-in accountability system. Now I'm looking to 10x or really a million exit. And I'm working with the White House in Kenya. I'm working with the governors doing they call it a manifesto over there. In American, we don't say manifesto. That's for bombers. But English-speaking people in England say manifesto. It means business plan. And so we're basically doing their business plan for ambulances, hospitals, wells, schools, whatever they need, right? So I'm really here to make the money and to deploy, not just give, but deploy actively 90% of it, and then see the world change. So I'm really focused in on Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, Malawi, South Africa, and I'm talking with the government in Namibia as well. But there's just a lot of needs. So if we can make great sums and returns, we can deploy and help change the lives of many people. So that's kind of my why, my mission. And I've been at this about 20 years now. I'm 42. I started in my 20s. And so it just helps. You don't have to wait till you're old to start doing something in the world. You could be activated early in life. And so now I've got over 20 years experience doing this, and I've got another 40 to go. So I'll spend my life doing this kind of thing.
God bless your soul. God bless your family. What are some support you're going to need from my community? Because the reason I get up to come to work is not to help billionaires become trillionaires. It's to serve people like you.
Yeah.
To make a great contribution to the world and say, here's my knowledge, here's my resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, use it, abuse it like that. What are some resources, support that you need that I can make it available to my followers or to my network for you?
Right now.
Oh, and by the way, don't mention your name for confidential reason or company name. I just rather just talk about, what support you need, if that's all right.
I just left Trans Nzoia County in Kitale, Kenya. I need 25 million there. What it will do, literally what it will do, it will change the entire nation, because that's the breadbasket of Kenya. All the maize is grown there and it feeds the entire nation. Now what happens is they ship it to Mombasa, which is on the coast, like 12 hours away. They lose stuff to spoilage. It falls off the truck, and then the gasoline to get it there and back is really expensive. What we're gonna do, and I've already got approval to do it, I met with a very famous politician that owns 300 acres. He's 83. He's like, Jared, if you do this food mill here, building a food mill locally where they grow it, it'll change. Kenya will be a friend to you. I'll be a friend to you, and for life. I said, done. And so it's 300 acres. We'll plow it down. We'll put up a food mill, and it'll lower the cost of food prices in Kenya. If you haven't watched, it's probably not on your local news. They're rioting. They were rioting when I was there. The president and the opposition leader were going at it. Literally would fix the nation's problems of why they were rioting. We could do it today. We could do it right now. And everything's ready to go. I got everything ready to go.
God bless.
That's just one thing. Now we're also building a regional hospital. We're building urgent cares. And the big one that the governor's mind is on, we're building urgent cares with ambulances because the maternity deaths are too high as they come in to deliver. They're dying en route, or the hospital's too far away. And so we're building urgent cares, little smaller hospital units out from the regional, and then ambulances as well, along with roads, because if you don't have roads, what good is an ambulance? So all of that together is 25 million. It's ready to go. Like right now, I've got people on the ground in that county right now as we speak, and it would change the entire nation. So 25 million is actually not that much. And secondly, I met in Nairobi with the lady, the first lady's team. Long story short, I funded a guy 15 years ago to start a computer business. He became wildly successful. He's now working in the White House, and he's on the first lady's team. And we just had dinner together. He's like, Jared, remember that money you gave me like 15 years ago? Like, yeah. He goes, I'm wildly successful. I'm now on the first lady's team. We're planting trees and we're funding women in business. Do you have any funds? I said, let me go ask my network. We have funds to deploy right now. They're already very successful. They're running a $30 million fund. I want to take it to 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 million, and then level up all the applicants. Again, it'll change the nation. So those are two areas people can sow into right now that are absolutely ready to go tomorrow. So
first of all, I'm thankful for some of my clients who I know who introduced you and me to each other, and I love it, and I can't wait till me and my network to share a piece of this journey with you. Sounds like really exciting.
Yeah,
for everything. It's really awesome.
It's super cool.
Hi friends, I now want to take a minute and answer some of your frequently asked questions. One of the common questions I get a lot is, Timur, we've learned a lot from you through your YouTube channel. How do we learn more? Can we fly down and meet you, meet your team? And the answer to all of that is yes, yes, and yes. If you want to learn more, my first invitation is to become a member of Allfunds Global. You simply go to our website, allfundsglobal.com. You sign up to become a member for free. You get access to webinars, offshore events that we do, and content that we never, ever, ever, ever publish on YouTube. I promise you it's worth becoming a member for sure. The second way that you can learn a lot is I'm a published author. Structured Financing, Demystified, Hypergrowth, just multiple books on Amazon that you can get access to. I highly recommend going and checking out some of these books, getting engaged into some of the stuff, that strategies and tactics that we're using for ourselves, for our families, for our friends. You definitely want to check these things out for sure. Another question, I guess, Timo, why are you so passionate about getting a bank license? Why is that so important? Well, the truth is, our mission within Alpha and Global is to help businesses become self-funded for life. Imagine you run a coffee shop and I run a coffee shop. Imagine we buy the coffee beans from the same grower and my coffee shop is right across yours, like really right across yours. Our competition is probably nil. But if you have a bank license and I don't have a bank license, and let's say I made $500,000 and you made $500,000 in income, but if you have a bank license, you are depositing a bank license with a central bank of the country where you own your own private bank license. Let me repeat this again. You are depositing your money with the central bank of the country you have your bank license on. So $500,000 deposited with the central bank should give you a line of credit of 10 times multiples. So that means you get a line of credit of $5 million. Now, it's not free money, it's a line of credit of $5 million. Now, if you draw that entire money out and you go to whichever country you're currently resonating in, the country you're doing business with, and you know in real estate, you want to buy a house, you put 20% down and you get a loan for 80%, same thing. You put $5 million down with a business plan to your local bank, whoever your bank with, and say, hey, I want to grow my business, my technology business, real estate business, pharmaceutical business, whatever business it is. I'm a venture capitalist. I'm putting $5 million down. Your bank gives you a loan at four times more, so now you get a $20 million loan. Now it's not free money, it's $20 million loan. What can you afford to do with $20 million that I cannot afford to do with $500,000? Could you invest in artificial intelligence? Could you invest in hiring better people? Could you invest in advertising? Hell, with that amount of money, could you even buy auxiliary businesses or invest in auxiliary businesses? I say you can, and that's why we within Alpha and Global are so passionate in helping clients become self-funded for life, and getting a private bank license is one of the vehicles that I am personally very passionate about helping clients on. Another question, I guess, Timur, you charge a consultation fee. Alpha and Global, the team charges a consultation fee. Why do you charge a consultation fee when you guys can make so much money on the back end? It somehow slows me down from taking a credit card and paying you money for it. Well, here's the truth. We offer our content, millions and millions of dollars worth of content completely for free on YouTube. We don't advertise as of the date of doing this video. We don't advertise on YouTube, Google, or we don't do any kind of advertising at all. And what we find is the volume of traffic that goes into YouTube attracts people that are tire kickers, people that are fraudsters, people that have mental health issues. When we charge a small consultation fee, this deters the hacker, the fraudster, the person who's shopping around, the tire kicker. It eliminates all that and allows me and my team to be on calls or meetings with customers we actually want to do business with. What a concept. Now comes, this is better. At the time of doing a transaction with a client, that fee they pay for a consultation call, we refund it. At the conclusion of us doing a transaction with a client, we refund 100% of all the monies that they paid on consultation fees. This allows us to work with people that are committed to working with us, are serious about working with us, are not tire kickers, are not people that are like, they don't know what banking 101 is, and they're there to waste our time and energy. Just eliminates that. And me and my team are very proud of doing that. Next question, I guess, Timur, the alternative funding industry overall has a lot of fraudsters in it, has a lot of deep fake in it. What are you doing to protect us, protect yourself? So here's the answer to that. Any industry that has a lot of money by default attracts a lot of fraud. Let me say this again. Any industry that attracts a lot of money by default attracts a lot of fraud. I don't know who you bank with. If you bank with one of the top 20 banks in the world, pick a bank you bank with, or you use payment processing companies like PayPal, these companies see a lot of fraud every day from fraudsters mimicking their website to mimicking their email addresses, and in cases like mine, once a year or twice a year, some idiot, excuse my language, decides to copy my picture on social media, tries to create a fake profile of me, and goes on social media selling scammy transactions. Now, we have the technology and the resources to catch that, usually within 72 hours of that happening, and then cause legal action against that fraudster. We have the financial resources, thank God, to do that today, but that's just the nature of this industry. So what we do to protect ourselves is we never solicit on social media anything, nor do we solicit in general. We offer a lot of educational materials, but we don't solicit. You'll never see me or any of my associates on any social media trying to sell anything, ever. Second, all transactions that we do, money always has to go through a reputable law firm. All transactions we do, money always has to go to a reputable law firm. You know, we never ask the client to send us money or anything like that. Now, I do want to take a minute and talk a little bit about my competitors. In the United States, in the US alone, US has 3% of the world's population, and they have over 60% of the world's lawyers. In the United States, that's a fact, have 3% of the world's population and over 60% of the world's lawyers. I have a lot of legitimate competitors in the United States and around the world that unfortunately have been sued for wrongful things that other people have done. There's a lot of negative stuff on social media or websites about some of my legitimate competitors. And I want to tell you that a lot of my competitors are legitimate, they're hardworking people. I know them, they deliver real results. And unfortunately, they have negative comments or fraud or even losses against them. The reason within All Funds Global doesn't have a lawsuit against it, or me, Tamer Zaman, don't have a lawsuit against me, or people on social media saying that we're fraudsters or something like that, is simply because of my lack of vision. Every company you deal with, every major company you deal with, whether it's the cars you drive, Ford, Lexus, I don't know, GM, or Facebook, Google, YouTube, whatever you use, or medicine you have, like Tylenol, all of these companies have lawsuits against them. A lot of the companies you work with have litigations against them as just part of the growth. At some point, the business needs to grow exponentially, and that's when you have to see lawsuits as just the nature of the business growing. The fact that we don't have it is because of my lack of vision as the CEO and like trying to bark a tree like that. Now, I see that changing as we buy businesses that have other CEOs, as we grow, we have over 800 registered brokers with us. As that number grows, it's not normal for our business to continue growing without some idiot calling us fraudster, some idiot trying to sue us, or something like that. If you want to take advantage of the alternative funding industry, I'm going to tell you this is the industry I love. I'm going to tell you this is the industry that I've made a lot of money with. I'm going to tell you this is the industry I've helped a lot of clients make a lot of money with, friends and family make a lot of money with. And if this is an industry you want to get involved in, I recommend meeting the people you want to do business with, like physically flying out to meeting them. If you can afford to hire an investigator, we use a lot of former FBI, former CIA people. These are people you can hire to do background checks. It's not only do these people have lawsuits or not, or other losers calling them fraudsters or not. I'm telling you, a lot of my competitors are really good people, and they're not fraudsters. So do your own due diligence, listen to your intuition. We're really interested in working with some really good people that are vision-driven entrepreneurs that really want to serve the world, and I think we have some things that are really amazing to offer. Another question I get is, Tamer, we love all the services of Funds Global. What are the top 3 services you offer that we should really seriously think about, call you or your organization and get you guys involved? But my favorite service, the one that makes a lot of sense, is the Trusted Advisory Service. This is when we become your chief banking officer. We work with your CFO, your legal team, the CEO, the COO. We look at where your organization is, where you want it to be. We look at banking programs that make sense for your type of business, that are proven and would work to generate access to alternative revenue sources for your business that makes sense. From that, we then create offshore tax structures, offshore bank accounts, offshore bank licenses for your organization, so the revenue that gets generated has a channel to go to that is well protected. We have a lot of domain expertise that I do not share ever on YouTube. It's not like a lawyer who's like, go create a trust account and cooks at it. Like we don't do. We do some very sophisticated stuff that I'm very proud of. That's our intellectual property. And so the trusted advisory services, where we become a trusted advisor, is one of the things that I would recommend everybody to look at. It's a monthly retainer, you pay for it, but let me tell you, for every penny you put in to that, you get tens of dollars out of it. And I think you're not going to get this amount of expertise dedicated to your business. So that's something I would recommend you to think about and sign up for. Second one is, if you're looking for access to capital, we have a lot of unique programs like Rent a Rich Uncle that we can support your organization as long as your organization is a successful business and not a startup, not somebody who's going bankrupt. It's a successful business that has real cash, real assets, and is generating something real, that's real growth. I think we have some avenues for accessing capital that others simply cannot offer. And the final one that I love is we have a lot of asset management structures that are very unique to our intellectual property that I'd love to share with you. If you have assets, you want to grow, you want to get bank license, you want to set up a trust, you want to work with multiple central banks, do some really cool stuff. I think I'm the only weirdest person that has real expertise and experience in doing this stuff. And so my name is Samir. I'm from Alpha Global. Thank you for following us up on YouTube. If you're doing that, thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting my team. And on behalf of my team, I just really want to say thank you. And we look forward to the opportunity of serving you.